contesting with so many candidates in Laroo-Pece, but also notably recently when you were moving around, you talked about betrayal by one of the leaders well known in Acholi sub-region who is coming to contest also in that same. But also we understand there was an alliance with them with the NRM. How does it work now that you're the flag bearer, but also he's there in the system of the government? Do you feel scared that he may disorganize the kind of structure that you have in this election?
Thank you. First of all, I am not scared by the candidature of NORBERT MAO. I am not. The only thing that annoys me is the blackmail that he approached his nomination with. Because when we nominated on the same day, so when he was called to nominate, he walked first straight to me, and he told me, because I know him, we've known each other for some time. He calls me Staff College. So he said, Staff College, oh yes, I'm okay. He said, your issue is giving people headache. I said, which issue? Then he moved close to me and said, if they appoint you a judge, don't refuse. I told him, but I'm a lawyer, I know how judges are appointed. I have not undertaken any process towards being appointed a judge. He said, leave that to me. I said, I don't partake of fraud. Then he marched and went. After his nomination, he came back to me again and said, okay, then let it be a friendly fire. And then later on, he went on radio, blackmailing me that he had talked with my party chairman, the president of this country, and I'm going to be given an alternative deployment. He is the president's candidate. To me, I felt that is very insulting. That kind of blackmail is what annoys me with this candidature. But him contesting, I have no problem. He is nominated as a member of the Democratic Party, a flag bearer of the Democratic Party. Yes, I am aware of cooperation between the NRM and the Democratic Party. But that alliance, that cooperation has not manifested into an alliance. DP has its own headquarters, NRM has its own headquarters. DP has its own Secretary General, NRM has its own Secretary General. DP undertook their own processes of identifying their candidates. The NRM took the popular trend from grassroots election to structure election to primary elections that gave rise to us, the flag bearers, which is a process, not a desk work. It's something that took the party close to a year. So I feel if such a decision is to be made by a party, by NRM, that their flag bearer surrenders to UDP, then that is very unfortunate for the party. I'm glad that is not a decision the party took. NRM has not taken that decision. That was pure blackmail, and it was proved when the president came on our nomination day and handed over the flag to me, clearly indicating that NRM as a party is not part of that blackmail. So to me, that is the only problem I have with the candidature of NORBERT MAO. But him contesting per se, I have no problem. I will defeat him. And this I can say it again, I will defeat NORBERT MAO.
When you look at the approach that he has taken, leaving the local politics, going at the national and then coming back, do you see a sense of betrayal that he is not giving, opportunity? I know it is his constitutional right to, contest wherever he wants at any level, but do you see that it's a sense of not giving other people chances to also, rise in the national politics of this country?
No, well, most people are saying it's greed. Most people are saying, I personally at first thought so. I said, now you're a minister in government, a cabinet minister. What's wrong with you allowing another person rising up to parliament, another Acholi person to come and also be part of it? I first thought so. But later on, I changed my thinking. I started sympathizing with him instead, because there are statements that he has ever made that he will never come back to contest for parliament. And he said he's coming back to contest for parliament. He equated it with Zinedine coming back to play football. That is what he said. Apart from his own statements, I think he did not do a good research prior to making that decision of contesting. I think his only card that he thought would succeed was riding on the back of NRM structure by blackmailing me not to get nominated, using his few friends within the system. It has failed. I don't see him take off. I don't see him put up a fight. He has no structure. He himself destroyed the Democratic Party. At the time I was in Democratic Party as a member of Uganda Young Democrats, we had Uganda Young Democrats with an entire structure. We had the Democratic Party with an entire structure. It's no more. There's no Uganda Young Democrats in Gulu. The Democratic Party has a structure that are handpicked. No elections, no meetings. So you can't do politics without a structure. It can't work. So I don't see him do much. Actually, I feel it's a waste of time talking about him right now that I'm on my campaign trails. It doesn't add value anymore because the few weeks he has been around, he has not created any impact. And you can't do politics in that way. Our society they're feeling betrayed by him. No? He was appointed a Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Actually, people are struggling with the issue of animal compensation. About 3-4 budgets have been passed in Parliament. He has not influenced the budgeting process to take care of the Acholi people with their animals compensation. Nothing. So what will you tell the people? What will you tell the people? Certainly nothing. What will you tell our people? That what do you still want to go and do that you have not done? What you've not done in 2 terms in Parliament. What you've not done as a chairman LC5. What you've not done as a minister of government. What will you still do? What you've not done, really, what will you still do? It took the president to come and restore the mess. Actually, instead, the president even failed to restore the mess in the animal compensation. Instead, he came up with an alternative of 5 animals per household. No? And you're a justice minister. That thing falls under you. What will you tell our people? So, I think it's time for Honorable NORBERT MAO. I think the best he can do is to follow what Honorable Minister Acholi did in Teso. He can still save his face by withdrawing from the race. Because where things are, he's not even number 3. Carry out your opinion poll. He's not even number 3. So if he wants to face that humiliation, he will get it. We will serve it to him in a full cup and hand it over to him on the 15th of January at around 5 o'clock. He will partake of it.
Okay. Any other thing that you want to add briefly?
Yeah, I think the message that I want to send very strongly to the Acholi people is that let's remain strong. Let's remain focused. Let's keep our hopes alive. Let's do things differently. What we've been doing since the war ended has not saved us. So let's get into doing things differently. Listen to us, the candidates. We are giving you alternatives. We are giving you a different way of living your lives. We are giving you a new style. Things happen, things change. Previously, we used to treat malaria with chloroquine. You take 4 today, 4 tomorrow, 2 the next day, you're healed. That 442 chloroquine can no longer heal malaria today. It cannot. 442 cannot heal malaria today. So the old problems, the old fashion of doing things in Acholi, let's agree that it has failed. We need a new approach. We need a completely new approach. And this idea of opposition members who are contesting, or independent people who are contesting and saying, support for us, we are going to support the president, but when it comes down here, you support us. How does it work? If you're supporting the president, that means you're supporting NRM. Why don't you then support the NRM candidates? You know? You subscribe to a party without a presidential candidate and you want to go to parliament. You are an independent and you want to go to parliament. When there's an alternative in the constituency of an NRM flag bearer, I urge my people, confrontation with government will no longer help. The thing of saying, elect me, I'm the only one who is going to blow them, I'm the one going to blow hot air, I'm going to save Acholi land, or save, those are nonsense. My people should not buy that. It has failed. Confrontation has failed. And let me tell you, this thing of protecting customary tenure, we're not going to protect customary tenure by quarreling with government or abusing government. No. We want to have a legal approach. In the previous parliament, I advised my good friend, Honorable Anton Acholi, and when parliament was sitting in Gulu here, he moved the private member bill that, you see, the law provides for 4 land tenure systems: customary land tenure, Milo land tenure, leasehold land tenure, freehold land tenure. All these 3 have a register. They are all under the Registration of Titles Act. It's only customary tenure which has no register. The Constitution says these 4 tenures are the same in the eyes of the law. Truly, if they are, I am going to Parliament to pursue and ensure that a register for customary tenure is created. Customary tenure is brought as customary tenure. Because right now, if you want to acquire title on your customary tenure, the law requires you to convert it into freehold. So for us, we are saying, I'm going to push that and say, no, we are going to protect our land by creating a customary land register. We are going to have our customary land surveyed and put into the cadastral map. We are bringing it under the Registration of Titles Act as customary tenure. So that will protect, because the transfer, before you purchase such a land, you must carry out a search in the register and see who are the real owners. The people who are buying land are actually victims of fraud, because the customary land, given the way it is, the tenants of customary land, you can't sell. It belongs to the deceased, belongs to those alive, and it belongs to those yet to be born. So you can't sell. You can't sell customary tenure. So it's just a matter of doing the legal bit in Parliament and coming to sensitize our people. We will have sorted out that. Not running through villages and inciting young people to get arrested. I've released so many people who are misled to go and cut wires of fences, to cut animals. You don't fight wars like that. You talk from a distance, you send young people to go and get arrested, and you run away from them. This is not something that we are going to accept. We must be a civil society. We must live life that is lawful, constitutional. We must live within the ambits of the law. Our people can do that, and we're going to progress. The kind of thinking that I have on my mind, just look at this scheme of the border. The border union will be having their own savings. Currently, our sisters, our mothers, our aunties are victims of these money lenders, the daily loan. They call them, what? Road toll. These young Banyankole men come and give you loan in the morning, and in the evening they come to collect with very high interest rates. So if we have such savings, would your wife still go and borrow money from this road toll? No. Your wife you will now be the guarantor of your wife, and they borrow money from your savings. We will have escaped this humiliation. This is very humiliating. This road toll is something humiliating. A young man comes, gives you 20,000, in the evening he wants 25,000, he has taken your national ID. It's humiliating. And absolutely the system is not taking care of it, it's not protecting. So this is the kind of leadership that we want to instill in this part of the country. And of course, there are things that you can do as a member of Parliament, social outreaches. This is what I want to engage myself in. And my focus is on my candidature. My focus is not on another candidate's candidature.